Hey guys, I thought I'd go ahead and make a little guide for Kaeya here. I'm gonna do his support DPS and also his regular DPS. Now, this is just from the Google Docs. I feel like this is the most helpful thing for him. I made a video a while back without just really knowing much about the game on how to build Kaeya, and I was just kinda completely wrong. But yeah, we're gonna use this. Alright, I'm gonna start with support DPS here. So it says here for his number one, he wants the Favonius Sword. Then it's the Sacrificial Sword. Then it's Festering Desire. Then Skyrider. Then Cold Steel. Then Fillet. Honestly, you'll have probably most of these, if not almost all of them, before you'd have Fillet Blade if you're like just kind of starting the game. Cold Steel is what I started with personally, and I was able to refine it. Even at max refinement, it's only 24% cryo damage increase, which honestly is not crazy good or anything. And then here for our artifact sets, it recommends Noblesse Oblige, or splitting it between Noblesse Oblige, Blizzard Strayer, and then you can see here just the rest of them. For the sands, it recommends Energy Recharge or Attack Percent. Personally, I would probably go with the Energy Recharge if you're using him for support, because then you can just swap back faster and use his Eat more. For the Goblet, it recommends Cryo damage. That's usually what I get. And Circlet would be crit rate or damage. Since he's support, I'd probably go for the rate. Okay, and then for talents, it recommends doing your burst, and then your skill, and then your normal attack. I probably wouldn't even mess with your normal attack nearly at all if you're not going to be using him as a main. Okay, now it gets a little bit more complicated with his regular DPS. Let's see, here for weapon, it says Summit Shaper, Aquila Favonia, and Skyward Blade. Those are 5 stars. I don't really consider those parts of builds because trying to get a 5-star weapon for a main build is next to impossible. Then it's Blackcliff Longsword, the Flute, Primordial Jade Cutter, Prototype Rancor, Fillet Blade, Cool Steel. And under artifact sets, Blizzard Strayer is a new one that came out with 1.2. I actually haven't gotten any of this yet. I'm a little behind. But yeah, Blizzard Strayer, and then Gladiator's Finale. I would probably go with Blizzard Strayer. It's really good. For your sands, it says Attack Percent, Goblet Cryo Damage, Circlet Crit Damage. Now you want crit damage and not crit chance, and I'll explain why here in just a minute. Yeah, for substats, it doesn't really want you to get crit rate because of his ability. I'll explain that here. Let's see, talent priority, normal attack, because he'll be your main DPS, then your burst, then your skill. Okay, so here under ability tips, it says, Kaeya at C1 gains 15% crit rate against enemies affected by cryo. This fact can be further developed together with the cryo resonance that gives an additional 15% towards enemies affected by cryo or in the frozen state. Total plus 30% crit rate. Stacking this with the 4-piece Blizzard Strayer set and the original 5% crit rate everyone has, Kaeya can have 75% crit rate without any weapons or artifact stats. Combining these with a group comp of Kaeya, Changyang, Xingqiu, and Jin, or Venti and Sucrose, will result in a high and constant DPS. Xingqiu will act as a sub-carry with his burst Hydra damage in this case. Keep in mind that Kaeya can self-regenerate HP with his first passive talent, Cold-Blooded Strike. Okay, so it's saying, like, you know, most people don't really know about the team resonance, so when you have, like, 2 cryo on one team, all cryo gets 50% crit rate. So, like, here it's just saying when you combine all these people together, that you'll be critting mostly constantly. That's before weapons, that's before artifact stats. So then you want crit damage, so basically you're just, like, constantly critting and just doing massive damage. So I would say Kaeya's just really good all around. And yeah, the new Blizzard Strayer set is really good for cryo users. Yeah, this is how I have my Kaeya built. I haven't used him in a long time, and for my last video, I was like, Cool Steel is like the best weapon for Kaeya, blah blah. It's considered the worst weapon. But yeah, Kaeya's really good. I know a lot of people kind of diss him, but he's really good. If you liked the video, feel free to give it a like, maybe comment if it helped you, or comment if you need help, and consider subscribing. Thanks for watching.